Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Steelseries Southeast Asian Cup Season 4. This is a grand final between Titan and AMD Mineski. Um, my microphone might be a little bit awful, and I'm very sorry about this. We have tried to fix it, but we're unable to, so I apologize in advance. But thank you to Steelseries for sponsoring this tournament. Thank you to Dota Talk for very kindly allowing us to cast this, me and Pimp. And of course, thanks to Pimp for doing the camera work. But should be a really good best of five coming up. Titan, of course, being a Malaysian team, AMD Mineski being a Filipino team. They have been meeting in a lot of tournaments recently, including the GMPGL, as well as the Gigabyte. Was it the Gigabyte Premier League? It was the same grand final. I believe it was. Do you remember? Okay. Oh, sorry, Gigabyte Premier League wasn't in it. It was oh, I can't remember the name. Oh well, anyway, either way, should be a really good game coming up. Best of five from between these two teams. You got anything in particular that you're expecting, or expect the
No,
unexpected?
but I just want to make a small point about the Naga ban. It is so common nowadays just to see every team playing against America first ban Naga Siren every time, and I wouldn't even be too surprised if we see a Morphling ban coming out in the later stages of the banning phase. So, oh, hold on while I clear my throat. Alright, so, yeah, he's just such a great player on these split push heroes. Good thing is in the pool there's still a lot of other, carry heroes which he can just completely destroy enemy teams with. So, yeah, we'll see what he goes this game. We usually don't see him on something like a Lifestealer, but we saw him yesterday playing one. It was quite the insane performance. While my throat is still crazy. Hold on.
It is dying. That's alright. Well, yeah, it's a bit interesting. Mineski now looking at their next banner. They've got the second pick. I'm assuming that they're going to leave Marana in the pool because Jules loves his Marana. He's been playing him essentially every single game that I've seen him play in the past couple of weeks, and he's got something insane like a 70% win rate on her. It's something very, very high, so Jules is definitely able to perform with that Marana, and Titan just don't seem to care. They just ban out offlane heroes. They are missing Net. They've got Ice subbing in, so I suppose maybe since they're missing a core player, they want to switch it up a little bit, but no Mineski getting rid of the Slug, so unless Titan pick up the Marana, I'm assuming just rush pick of Marana coming out right now from Mineski.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised either. It's, it's just split and split push coming out from Jay then, or from, I'm sorry, I mean from Jules. Jay's of course on the carry CM obviously. No, yeah, Jules is just playing this hyper aggressive Mirana on the sidelines. He's just pushing the towers down every time. Like, he gets so much farm up. He usually tops net worth after like 20 minutes every game. So this is just insane play from him. And we see Alchemist picked up. This is a pretty versatile hero. Miracle plays him as a carry sometimes. Not too often, but it's fine. And we have the Mirana pick coming out, of course. So, yeah, pretty standard so far, I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, the Alchemist pickup, I really do enjoy him. He's banned out most games in the first banning phase from what I've noticed, since he is such a versatile hero. He can play as support, he can play as a mid hero, he can play as a carry, and he's really, really versatile. But Mineski just going for that invisible ganking lineup that we expect from them. Normally they do play a bit of a kind of full protect one, I suppose, with Jules just AFK farming, but I mean, he's not an AFK farming carry most of the time. It kind of depends. If he has a bad early game, then he'll be joining out in no team fights, but if he has a really good early game, he'll usually end up with something like a godlike streak, just getting pickoffs left, right, and center, especially with that Marana, where, I mean, at this point, his ability to hit arrows is very, very strong. But this does kind of give Titan a little bit of room to respond, and I would say Titan, from what I've seen from them recently, they're very good at responding to those pushing, and not pushing, but aggressive ganking lineups, and they do seem to know how to just group up as five quite early into the game and just take down towers and, be taking the high ground at around about 20 minutes in when, that ganking lineup is really just trying to get a snowball going.
Yeah, and we already see a Bristleback pick up here. And Bristleback is very hard to gank just because of his third skill, the passive of course, making him very tanky. So you have to like get in front of him and just do your damage there. He's a very big nuisance in the teamfights. If he gets something like an early Vanguard up, he can do so much damage and so much tankiness, just annoying like people left and right. So this is already like a pretty interesting draft from Titan. They have two heroes which can stand out in the teamfights pretty nicely. I mean, Alchemist with his insane regeneration as soon as he hits level 6, and Bristleback just with his inherent tankiness. So we're gonna see how Mineski responds.
It's also worth mentioning the Alchemist combos quite well with the Bristleback because of the AoE negative armor from that acid spray, and Bristleback's damage is physical damage. So those two heroes synergize really well together. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Titan do pick up something like a Weaver, so a little bit more negative armor, or a Shadow Fiend. I've seen them take kind of a Shadow Fiend carry before. With Timbersaw, most likely. I wonder where the Timbersaw is going to be going. So it's probably going to be an Alchemist support. I suppose Bristleback could be the tri-lane farmer, though. I mean, it's a bit hard to say. So Bristleback usually goes in a side lane, is a tri-lane farmer as an offlaner, and Timbersaw could go into the offlane or he could go mid. So there is room for Titan to maybe pick up something like a Shadow Fiend to go mid lane for a little bit more negative armor, just to combo really well with that Bristleback. And Mineski with the Outworlds of Ara pick up now. So a very strong hero, I have to say, but a hero that also has to kind of watch his positioning, because if it does get ganked in the early game, like I'm assuming Titan are going to be roaming quite aggressively, the Outworlds of Ara can kind of, I suppose he needs to snowball to really get himself going, because he wants to pick up a really fast, 4-star mech Hex, and if he doesn't get that going, then he kind of becomes just a very squishy hero, which is kind of capable of being taken down by heroes like Bristleback, Timbersaw, and Alchemist, who are all very, very tanky.
Wow, and Enchantress pick up. So this is 4 heroes with very strong defensive skill sets, or, well, they can tank up quite nicely. On the other hand, of course, we have a Bane who doesn't care about armor at all. He has his Brain Sap, it deals 302 damage. He has his Fiend Script, which he deals very much just magic damage all around. And this is quite nice looking. What I like about the Ultimate Devourer pickup, usually Bristleback and Timbersaw don't pick up BKBs very early into the game, so Ultimate Devourer can deal very much damage to those two heroes, and he will chew through them quite a bit, with his orb, of course. On the other hand, still, it's such a strong defensive draft from Titan, and I'm curious how they're gonna lane it, because the Bristleback can go, he could go aggressive Trident, but with Enchantress in the jungle, you usually want to see the Enchantress in your own jungle just to provide the extra defensive skill set, And yeah, a Crystal Main ban out, interestingly enough, so Ice Crystal Main, we're not gonna see this.
How unfortunate. Well, yeah, they are. I would say that the Alchemist is going to be supporting it. Titan are looking to pick up either a tri-lane farmer or a mid laner at this point, but Mineski apparently feel that the Alchemist might be in the mid lane and Titan are just going with those 3 very tanky cores. And I do have to say, I love the Bane pickup, as well as the Outworld of Ara, like you're saying, because those two do deal pure damage. So Mineski, they've got really nice mana burning potential. I mean, Nyx Assassin can burn mana, Outworld of Ara can take away your mana pool with the Astral Imprisonment, and I'm fairly sure that Bane's ultimate steals mana, doesn't it? Yeah, it does steal mana, so Fiend's Grip as well, giving them the ability to steal mana from Mineski, and wow, a Leshrac last pick, so who? Huh? How are they laning this? Is this going to be maybe an easy lane Outworld of Ara and a mid Nyx Assassin, possibly? Or an easy lane Nyx Assassin? Or, I mean, wow, I'm a bit confused by this. I mean, the Bane Mirana is a really nice combo. They should be able to take the Enchantress down easy, but where does the Leshrac fit into all of this? Normally Jay picks up the Leshrac, so I think it's going to be a support Leshrac. And, I mean, normally you don't see a mid Bane, though Bane is that kind of hero that, he can go in the mid lane if you need to. But, I mean, Outworld of Ara and Nyx Assassin are normally both mid heroes too. You don't typically see them in the off lane, so I do wonder how Mineski are going to be laning this, since as well, normally Jules takes the easy lane to get his farm up. I mean, you do see aggressive trailers coming out from Mineski occasionally, but more often, Jules just likes to get that early game easy farm up versus, not much farm. Get an aggressive tri lane.
What could be happening, we see Jules sitting on the easy lane with Bane and Leshrac just roaming around pretty much all the time, maybe starting in the easy lane just to give Jules the upper hand in the early phases of the game. And Nyx Assassin could do some, solo off-lane shenanigans, and if Bane and Leshrac just go and rotate, like every few minutes to this lane, he should be good. Ultimate Devourer in the middle lane is just so strong in general that you don't really need to give him an upper hand, just because Titan should be on the way to gank him, because usually Ultimate Devourer, of course, wins his lane. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see Mirana just staying in the easy lane and farming away, just because it's Mineski and Jules playing the Mirana, most likely. So yeah, we'll see. Although I must say Bane and Leshrac is a very scary combo.
I mean, it is, but it's also a very squishy combo, and since they are versing incredibly tanky heroes coming out from Titan, I mean, Bristleback, Alchemist, Timbersaw, Bristleback and Timbersaw especially are very, very tanky, and Alchemist, once he hits level 6, it's very hard to take him down unless you nuke him instantly. And Enchantress even has got her own semblance of survivability with the Untouchable as well as her heal, so I mean, Mineski are really going to have to just nuke these heroes down from Titan. They can't have prolonged team fights because the longer these team fights go on, the more spells that Timbersaw is going to be able to rip out, the more health an Enchantress is going to heal up, the more health that Alchemist is going to heal up, and the more Quill Sprays, especially, that Bristleback is going to be able to get out. So Mineski have just gone for a
Wow.
really, that's probably going to be their mid, I would guess, or possibly easy lane as well. But yeah, Mineski are really going for just a kind of a one-hit wonder glass cannon type lineup where they want to get the pickoffs early, and if they don't, well, they're probably going to lose the team fights. Yeah, and it is going to be Miracle playing a Viper, so
Yeah, farming Viper.
that's
Interesting.
that's something we did see last night with the sub in First Departure picking up the farming Viper for their lineup. So I don't know, maybe Miracle was getting some inspiration from First Departure's lineup last night, wanting to drill in that farming Viper. I didn't work out too well yesterday versus Mineski though, since it did seem like the Viper just, I mean, he had good farm, but he just couldn't really do too much in team fights, I suppose. He had the Arcanum Scepter, but it just didn't, I don't know, it just didn't seem to make a difference. But maybe, maybe this game Titan will be able to pull ahead a little bit more since they do have a lot more durability coming out from their picks.
Yep. Introducing the players on the side of AMD Mineski, we have Jay playing the Leshrac, we have Oa playing the Bane, Jules on a signature Mirana picking up this Ring of Protection to finish an easy Ring of Basilius. You have Joven handling the mid lane on the Outworld Devourer, and in fact, hello, I called it Jesse Vash on the Nyx Assassin heading top lane.
With a Quelling Blade, no doubt.
Yeah, totally.
Quite interesting. Well, on the side of Titan, we have got Miracle on the Viper. Extinct is going to be playing the Enchantress. Woman Killer, aka Ice, is going to be on the Alchemist. Timbersaw is going to be played by KYXY in the mid lane. And Ohio is going to be on that Bristleback. So offlane Bristleback looks like, unless they're running a aggressive tri-lane, which I doubt they will be. Miracle does like to get his farm up. And I wonder what Nyx Assassin's going to be doing. I mean, it looks like he's going to be cutting his way through the trees, just kind of hide in here and get his farm up. But if he gets caught out, he could be in a lot of trouble. He's not that hard to take down, honestly, and they will really kind of destroy him if he gets out of position, really.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice if you just like chill in here and that's it. You just leech experience all day long. You will have a pretty easy levels like 3 or 4 coming in, just because the lane is in this area just after the recent patch changes. And the good thing is here, Jesse Vash is staying so near to the lane that if he gets caught out, he can just like eat this tree, and he should be easy peasy safe just from pretty much any gank. So yeah, I like it.
It's a very Mineski type of thing to do, where you just cheekily bite your way into the trees here, and it's something that nobody would really expect. But I mean, I think he's going to get the levels he needs, and well, maybe. I mean, Ice is pretty much going to be pulling, I would say. I mean, Viper doesn't need too much help in the top lane. You're normally seen as a solo hero. Extinct is going to be hanging out in the jungle, so I think that Ice is either going to be roaming around or just pulling. So maybe the lane is going to be sitting a little bit higher up to the tower. Of course, he will be able to bite his way into the trees up here as well, so he should be good to just kind of leech experience on this side of the map as well if he gets the opportunity to. But looking at the mid lane, Joven versus KYXY. I think KYXY is going to be having a lot of difficulty since he is a mana dependent hero with not the highest mana pool, so I think Joven's just going to be taking away pretty much all of his mana pool and leaving him just stuck to last hitting. Of course, with that reactive armor, Joven's auto attacks won't be doing too much, so it won't matter really that much until Joven does pick up the Arcane Ore, but I think that KYXY probably won't get too much from this laning phase. And on the hard lane for Ohio and easy lane for Jules, I think Ohio honestly is going to have a pretty good time in this lane, because every time I've seen a Bristleback go up against aggressive tri-lane, he seems to somehow get a double kill and then just turn around and farm up like a 5-minute mech. So I have faith in Ohio in this lane, but we'll have to see, because that Bane sleep into Mirana arrow combo is absolutely devastating, and as tanky as a Bristleback may be, I think even he would be going down to that combo.
Yeah, the thing about the combo is also, if the Bane positions himself very good, he can catch the Bristleback out, such as he's facing in the wrong direction. So his Bristleback doesn't even work, so he doesn't have any damage reduction if he gets an arrow into the face, of course. So this is something to keep in mind, and he will drop if he doesn't have his passive up. So yeah, he should be kind of good, but in the same time he has to watch out very good. And wow, this is really cool. He's stacking the Ancients just with his Quill Spray, so he will take them down later on as soon as he has like level 5 or something. And this is gonna be a huge boost in farm and experience for him. And we saw him doing this, I think, when he subbed in for Lowyat, I think. I'm not exactly sure again. It
He was playing
like 2
Clockwork
days
that
ago.
game.
Ah, okay. So, but I saw him do this. So,
He probably was stacking, yeah.
well, so I'm not sure which game, but he did it, and I really like the idea behind it. Just because you will get the levels in the bot lane with a new creep equilibrium. Hard word.
Hard words. But yeah, it is true. It's a good way to kind of get your own farm up, and I mean, I suppose also get the farm up of your carry, because even if he can't take it, well, I'm sure Viper would really love to get that amount of farm in that, you know, later stages of the game when Viper's able to take it down. So, I mean, on the whole, I think it's a really nice thing to do, and there's no problem. If you can't get experience from your lane, we'll just stack the neutrals. Actually, Miracle and Jesse Vash on the top lane could be going head to head. Miracle's just kind of
this tree.
hiding. Yeah.
Oh.
Miracle's just
Oh, he's
hiding
gonna
away, so
find
you
him.
might actually...
He's gonna find him. And he's getting out. This is exactly what I thought. Oh, an Alchemist stun is getting channeled. Nice body block coming out from Ice. There's a Spike Carapace. He wants to stun, but he can't. He's getting stunned by Alchemist. Now a stun into the face of Ice, and he's gonna go down. Miracle picking up the first blood. This is gonna boost his GPM to 470. A great start for him, and now he just has to keep up farming.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a really nice pickup, especially because Nyx Assassin, I mean, he can offlane with that Spike Carapace with the stun, but at the same time, why would you want to put him in the offlane? Because he's the kind of hero that to be really effective, he needs levels. I mean, that's one reason why he's not really seen as an offlane hero, because if he doesn't get the levels up, I mean, what can he really do in the mid-game phases? There's much better heroes you can put into the offlane that can, you know, have better catch-up mechanisms, where if, you know, if Nyx Assassin doesn't hit level 6 fairly quickly, he just really fades out of relevance, I would say. So, I don't know, Jesse Vash might be forced to rotate to another lane, maybe go gank the mid lane or gank the bot lane possibly, or I don't know, gank the jungle. Really, he just has to make sure he's been relevant on the map, because if he just sits statically and doesn't get any level or only farms, he's going to be useless. I mean, he's not like a Clockwork that can just kind of walk in and cog someone and still be useful. He really has to get those levels so he can snowball himself forward, and that's what Mineski need to do. In terms of those mid-game fights, if Titan do manage to pick up a really fast mech, which it looks like Viper might be going towards, team fights are going to get a lot harder for them, because they're pretty much based around just nuking heroes down. If they can't nuke heroes down, well, what are they going to do in team fights? They're just going to lose out to that Bristleback and Alchemist combo.
Yeah, the good thing Mineski has going for them is that actually the Bristleback is only level 2. So he doesn't get pretty much any levels on this bot lane. The only saving grace is of course the stack, but somehow this Ancient Thunderhide decides to not give a shit. He's just staying there, blocking his own creep spawn. So, well, too bad. Too bad. Yeah, but back to my point, the Nyx Assassin is already level 3, so this is kinda good. But he has to make some more impact. And Smoke coming out in the middle lane. Now they're waiting for the Timber Saw. He doesn't have Timber Chain, and it's the mid lane matchup, so there are pretty much no trees in the proximity. And here we go, it's a nice initiation. A Leshrac stun is gonna follow it up. No, actually not, it's just a nice Nyx Assassin stun. Good Spike Carapace, reflecting the damage from KYXY, and he's gonna get dropped very easily. Great rotations coming out from Jay. And the offlane Nyx Assassin. In the meantime...
Well, that was exactly what Jesse Vash... Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, on bot lane. Ohio, is he gonna get slept and arrowed?
Yep.
Looks like yes, they are going to go to sleep, and Arrow's been lined up by Jules. Jules will get the arrow, and in he comes with the level 2 Starstorm. Going to hit twice, but is going to steal that last hit with that pure damage coming out from the Brain Sap. So 2 to 1 at the moment, going the way of Mineski. Not too bad for them, though the first blood was to Titan.
Yeah, it was nice. In the meantime, just the Enchantress push train coming out in the top lane. They're taking the tier 1 tower down very fast. Now they're doing a lot of pressure on the tier 2, and so far no rotations coming out from Mineski, so maybe they're just forfeiting the tier 2 tower. It wouldn't be that bad of a decision, to be completely honest. I mean, it's a huge gold boon. Oh, are they gonna spot out Jesse Vash? Now there's some rotations coming in, and will they fall back? Actually, Jesse Vash gonna hit the stun on Miracle, but do they have anything else? No, they don't. So... my point was, if they let this tier 2 tower fall, Jesse Vash will have a very easy time staying in this lane, just, you know, keeping the the creeps there. Equilibrium is too hard of a word. And just getting the levels up.
Yeah, no, that's very true, but of course at the same time, not only is the gold going to be a problem, but what they can do is pull this lane here, just keep pulling it up and getting their farm up that way, and then the lane Equilibrium will reach around here again, and that does mean that Mineski are going to have to abandon the top lane completely. They're not going to have any towers that anyone can TP to help them out if they get ganked, so it's kind of a win and a loss if they do decide to, you know, let that tier 2 tower fall. But it looks like for the moment Jay's coming to help out, and... yeah, I mean, Ohio's still just running around. He's got his boots up. I think the big farm is going to be going on to the way of Miracle. He's got 1.5k, not 1.5, so 1.2k gold in the bank, and if he's going to be picking up that mech, he should have it fairly soon. I can't imagine KYXY will be the mech carrier, though. I mean, it potentially could be. Both Bristleback, Timbersaw, and Viper, all the kind of mech carriers, and same with even Enchantress and Alchemist, but it looks like Alchemist is just going straight for a Medallion Rush, so I think Titan are kind of gearing themselves up to fight fairly easily and fairly early, so I think if Miracle does get that mech up by the 10-minute mark, I can imagine that Titan are just going to be ready to start pushing his 5 and getting down all of these outer towers.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting if Miracle decides to pick up something else than a mech. I'm pretty sure he would be going for a mech, but he can also just rush this Midas down. He has his treads, he has his Specialios to boot. He's like quite tanky with his corrosive skin passive coming up. I mean, that's quite nice already. He's like pretty much good to go, so I wouldn't be too surprised if he's gonna decide to pick up this Midas just to accelerate his farm. Just a little bit, you know? And to get these levels up. In the meantime, Alchemist is picking up a medallion, so he has so much minus armor. 6 armor reduction, and also from the acid spray, soon to be 6 damage, armor reduction as well. So, great stuff coming out, and with the physical damage coming out from the Bristleback, exactly as you said in the draft, it's gonna be a hell of a lot of damage coming the way for Titan.
Oh, but speaking of Bristleback, he's in a lot of trouble. There's a 3-man gang coming onto him. They can't quite get vision, but it looks like they might be able to just get the snow stun from Jay misses, but there will be a nightmare, but it's going to immediately be cancelled, and Joven's just going to trap him as a rotation from Miracle comes in. Miracle running down, but also Woman Killer is there to help out. Joven is going to be the one to get stunned. Nice stun will be landing only onto Woman Killer, but it looks like Joven is going to be the one falling, and now Jay is in a lot of trouble. KYXY is there. He's chasing him down. He does get the Timber Chain up and won't hit onto Jay, but doesn't really matter. Jay's got the split up again, but is he going to need to cast it because O is there? Oh, we'll get the Nightmare off, but Jay trying to run through that the Chakram, but nice steal of the sleep from Miracle, and a huge stun onto Oa's head. That negative armor from the medallion just making that stun do like 400 damage or something ridiculous. So 3-for-0 trade there, and aggressive diving from Mineski not going in the favor, but good rotations from Titan, not letting that offlane Bristleback just die. They all came and helped out and actually got a really nice trade for it. Wasn't even a trade, just kills for it.
Yeah, and it was time wasted on top of that, so it was great, and the all-in medallion pickup on the Alchemist is a very strong thing to have. Just because, of course, the stun, it flies, you can put out down the acid spray and the medallion just in the nick of time. So everything's just looking very good for Titan now. It's 4-2, so nothing too big yet. Looking at the gold, it's actually 3k gold in the favor of Titan, so this is a considerable amount. And is Jules gonna make a play here? He's fishing for an error, I would assume. He has a max Starstorm, so he can deal a lot of damage. And he picked up a Midas recipe. Well,
yeah, he's going for that Midas, but I think at this point he doesn't exactly want to make any sort of plays. He probably wants to wait till the Midas is done, and also he doesn't really pick his ultimate up until level 9, and the Mirana's ultimate, the Moonlight Shadow, is pretty much the best initiation tool they will have in this early game until there's a 4-stuff up on maybe the Outworld Devourer, or on someone like the Nyx Assassin. I think their main initiation tool is going to be that Moonlight Shadow. But man, Titan are just playing so aggressively, coming in behind the tower, smoked up. There's 4 heroes here. Are Mineski going to be doing anything about this, or are they just going to be losing 3 heroes? Stun being charged up by Ice. And it looks like he's not actually going to get the stun off. He will stun himself, and now Jules knows she's in trouble. She tries to run away, but Jay's going to be the one who actually just takes all the damage. He's going to try and TP out, but will get taken down. Awa also manages to TP back to base, so still a 1-man loss. A 4-man gank for 1. It's not exactly what Titan were hoping for, but it's better than nothing. Of course, at the same time, in mid lane, Joven is still just free farming. And in terms of net worth, how's he doing? Well, he's bullied the Timbersaw, but not doing too bad comparatively.
yeah, I mean, they have the top tier 1 tower taken. I mean, Titan that is, so the net worth is a little bit skewed. So nothing too big to complain, and it's looking like Miracle's gonna take another tower. Jesse Veshi just ulted up, but Miracle, he smells something, and they have a counter ward planted down there, so they will see Jesse Vesh if he decides to go in. And actually he goes in, he's initiating on the Timbersaw, a nice 2-man stun to follow it up, and as for imprisonment coming out, ultimate just to finish it off, Mirana with a Starstorm, doing the damage they need. Joven taking a lot of damage just from the Viper strike alone, and the Viper finishing it off. Bristleback taking the kill there just with his quill spray. Jesse Vesh now going down as well, and this is a turnaround. I mean, I thought they would have this, but Ice taking an arrow to the face. Miracle still going strong. He just doesn't care. He has like 100 HP, and he's taken down Jules. He's taken down Jay. No, Jules actually alive. I'm sorry, but there was Owa's taken damage, but he tries. No, it's not enough. 300 damage and heal. Just not enough.
What a 1-pop there by Miracle. What a bait, really. I think Oa, like I was looking at Oa and I was like, he's got 4 one-shots, he's got nothing. Oh my god.
Wow.
Miracle Dota. So that is the mech most definitely done. And
Yeah.
wow, I thought that Mineski were going to be winning that fight. It was under their T1 tower. They had 5 heroes there. They managed to take down the Bristleback and the Timbersaw fairly early, and those are the 2 big teamfight heroes I thought. But Miracle just saying, yo, I've got my auto attacks, I got my treads, that's all I need to get an ultra kill on all of you. So I mean, him and the Mirana before that fight were pretty much even on net worth, but now look at him. 6.5k versus 5.1 in the Mirana. Huge, huge turnaround there by Titan.
Yeah, what I really like about Miracle's skill bit, he maxes the Nether Toxin. And this is absolutely crazy, just because in these early stages of the game, everyone was dropping quite low already, and the bonus damage, I mean, it's a maximum of 160 bonus damage in this early stage of the game. So this is just incredible damage, and you could saw that at the Mirana. She had like, what, like 200 HP, and he just one-shotted her. It was like no question asked. It was like, Jules, hey, what's up? I'm just gonna eat you now. It's no big deal. Just stay cool. Yeah, and Jules was dead. So just with one hit. And it was maybe a little bit aggressive from Jules, but the damage coming out is just insane. So they're looking good, and this skill bit is really cool. Oh, middle
Well, I
lane.
mean, that is one.
Nope. Everything's fine. Yep.
Everything's fine, alright. That is one big thing about Viper that's kind of re-entered him to the competitive metagame, is the change on the poison attack, because it used to have that, I mean, originally it had no cooldown, and then they were like, that's too overpowered, we'll add a cooldown in, but now they're taking it back to no cooldown, so you don't need to level poison attack. I mean, the slow is great, but the corrosive skin and the nether toxin are also, I would say, amazing, especially in those early game team fights where the damage and the slow and even the magic resistance addition to Miracle really do a lot of work. And you can see 43% magic resistance on Miracle against a really gank heavy and magic heavy lineup from Mineski. I mean, like we are saying, Joven on the Outworld Devourer, I mean, he's only got level 1 of that Arcane Orb, and he's not going to be even using it to deal huge damage until, you know, around about the 40-minute mark when he's got the Hex up. So Miracle's really got nothing to worry about until that point in time.
Yeah, also if he's gonna, and he's going the way of the Aghanim Scepter, so he will be tanky as hell. Just with all his resistance. OJ is getting initiated. A nice sleep coming out. Perfect play there. And a nice Astral Imprison, but I'm pretty sure he will still go down. Mirana ultimate, just making everyone invisible. And this is gonna be pretty much it. Counter ward deployed. But well, they got a nice T1 tower. No one died. So a win for Titan.
Yeah, and what a sleep there by Oa. That was insane. Jay was so dead. And then suddenly he gets out of that scot-free. And the Astral Imprisonment just to boot. Just good teamwork there from Mineski, not, you know, no man left behind, I suppose. And I mean, Jules is getting a little bit of farm up, but I mean, now we might have to watch out a little bit, because wouldn't be surprised if Titan do decide to rotate to his lane soon and just take him down. But still, he's going for that Lincoln Sphere. He should have it up at around about the 17 to 18 minute mark, I would assume, assuming he keeps farming at this rate. And I mean, that's the one nice thing actually on top lane. Oh, Miracle in a lot of trouble. He is going to get 3-man ganked, and they will be able to take him down.
Wow.
Jesse Vash getting the last hit, and that is 924 gold. That's pretty much his Blink Dagger done right there. So good rotations coming up from Mineski. And
yeah.
Bad luck to Miracle. There goes your huge streak. Wicked 6 streak, is it? Yep. Already down 15 minutes in. Oh my god! Poor Jay!
This is so evil.
He was like half health. And then that Acid Spray plus the Medallion and the Unstable Concoction just destroyed him. That was hilarious. Poor Jay. He must be crying right now.
Oh, actually, I feel very sorry about the guys watching in Dota TV, just because I'm clearing my throat like constantly, because I'm a bit ill. And I can't mute myself in Dota TV, so I'm sorry guys, watching from there. Yeah. Alright, so, what was my point? I had a nice point line up. I was like, hey, this is gonna be so awesome, and now I forgot it just because I felt bad for the guys watching. Yeah, Bristleback. Casual Cloak pickup. That's pretty much damn cool. Like, Casual Cloak is so incredibly cost effective. It's 15 spell resistance on top of that, so he has like 36%, which is a lot. And also he has his passive. It's level 3 already, and a very interesting skill build. 3 in Quill Spray and 3 in the Bristleback. What?
I guess... Well, I guess it makes sense. If he's going to be the primary tank and just kind of run in and soak up all the damage, Quill Spray Max is nice, but the Bristleback is also very, very nice. So just going for an even build is quite good. And it's worth mentioning, Alchemist has now, as a support Alchemist, 16 minutes into the game, in fact it was 15 minutes into the game, he's managed to farm up a Shadow Blade. That is a huge item for a support to have. And now with all this negative armor, they're going to be able to take down Roshan in a matter of seconds. I mean, look at that, 14 Roshan, negative 14 armor onto Roshan. That is just insane. He's
Yeah,
gonna be falling very quickly.
I mean, look at that. It's just 4 sticks of the Nezugu, and they have pretty much everything going for them. Oh, arrows just off the mark. Very close one there, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway, just because Nyx Assassin is top lane, Leshrac is top lane. Everyone's just farming, they know they can't contest this, just because, you know, Titan has such a strong teamfight just at the moment. They're so strong right now, so they need to do something, and Timbersaw on his way to his Bloodstone. He needs quite a bit more, but still, he's also picked up a Casual Cloak, so looking at the items, there is exactly 2. Alright, I thought maybe Miracle would have picked one up as well, but, you know. And
who doesn't need one? He's got the corrosive skin.
also to note, Extinct has a minus up, he has a point boost up, and he's 1.7k gold in the bank. So he's gonna carry as well.
Ohio on top lane just got absolutely destroyed.
Sorry.
And this is when I suppose, I mean, the cloak is very, very nice. The cloaks that you were talking about are really, really nice for the magic resistance, but Mineski, I mean, when Joven does start to get a little bit more farm up in the Outworld Devourer, his pure damage is really going to be coming into play, and we are seeing that a little bit more now that he has hit level 11, and we can see that he's decided not to max the Astral Imprisonment because he feels that Arcane Orb is going to be a lot more relevant. Given all the cloaks picked up, I mean, magical damage is great, but they need that pure damage now to help out with team fights. He's gone for Power Treads and 4-Staff, so mana galore, trying to get his mana pool up, and I do think this is a really smart decision. I think that Joven is going to be pretty much the core DPS in these team fights, especially because Jules didn't have the best start. I mean, he's almost got up the Lincoln Sphere. He just needs about 1.5k gold until he's got it. But until he gets that Lincoln Sphere up, I mean, normally he goes Lincoln Sphere into Yashi into Desolator, and he won't have that up until around about 25 to 30 minutes in. So, I mean, in these team fights, Joven is going to be pretty much all the damage. And everyone else is just going to be accompanying stuns to keep everyone locked down until Joven can do the DPS he needs, so...
Yeah, and maybe after like 40 minutes Jules has finished his farming. Arrow...
Yeah.
Nope. Well, he got a CS. That's great. I mean, it's Jules after all.
He needed that for his Midas, though. But now his Midas is off cooldown with nothing to use it on.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Well, now he's gonna use it. Is he gonna die for it is the question. Nope. Alright, everything's fine. Now, Extinct just, you know, getting his creep army into position just to push the mid down. And he's farming so hard, wow. He just needs like 800 gold for his Aghanim Scepter, and this is gonna be like a 22-minute Aghanim Scepter on a supporty Enchantress. Wow, just incredible stuff coming out. Everyone's so farmed. Look at their net worth. Enchantress is above the Timbersaw. And the Alchemist is
pretty much...
above the Bristleback, wow.
Oh, and Bristleback's pulled ahead barely. But yeah, these supports are very, very fat on the side of Titan. I think a lot of it's a tower gold, but also just they're beginning the kills. And Ohio really hasn't found much. I mean, he's got the Vanguard up, but he's 1 to 3 other than that with only 42 CS. And actually now, in goes Alchemist with Shadowblade popped. Jules, Jules is in a lot of trouble right now. He has got the lead, but Stun going to be landing onto his head, and 1, 2, well, just Timber Chain across the sky, and that's going to be the death of Jules right there. He needs that Lincoln Sphere up before he starts pushing too aggressively, but he's still 900 gold away from it, so he probably needs to spend a little bit more time kind of farming and considering his life choices rather than just, you know, pushing away solo and getting picked off.
Yeah, but still with the Lincoln Sphere, there are so many things to cancel. There's of course the Nezugu, there's the Enchantress enchant, so it's not exactly the easiest thing in the world just to get not killed in these team fights. Of course, Titan has so much damage.
I mean, Titan have got a lot of damage, but I feel like if you know, well, actually Jesse Vash in the mid lane just initiating into KWX, Miracle, follow-up stun coming out from Jay, but Jay is going to regret that decision. Just getting AoE down, but a nice lead from Oa, as well as, there he goes, Fiend's gripping onto Ohio, but this is probably a bad decision because Jules is not in the area, Joven's not in the area, will be able to make it out okay, and in comes the Sanity's Eclipse. KWX plays low, Ohio is low, Miracle's still on full health, but Ari landing on nobody, but Miracle's still getting auto-attack down. Nice stun from Jay, and Miracle, that Aegis is going to be lost.
Yeah. And he will die again, it looks like. Oh wow, but he's so tanky, and everyone else is just waiting there. They are ready to give him some backup. Stun falling, nope, stun not flying out. He's stunning himself, he's eating an arrow to the face, nicely done there. Can Jay follow up with a nice stun? Yes, he does! And wow, that was good. Because they didn't have any vision.
Really well done.
Oh, actually,
they didn't...
No, I don't think this ward saw them. Nope.
Oh, they do have a sentry.
Yeah, but I think it's just out of range. Because he died here.
Still has...
Yeah.
I don't know, that was the perfect combo window.
That's quite nicely done there. Good
but
stuff.
now this will be a tower for Mineski, so that's actually a really big win for them. Titan overextending. But I was going to say with the Lincoln Sphere pickup is that Yeah, sure, there's a lot of things that can cancel it, but I think Jules is smart enough to know that if, you're sitting in lane and then Bristleback suddenly like runs at you and uses a nasal goo, that you're
Oh yeah.
probably about to get ganked. So he will have that extra, half a second to leap away, but wow, big pickup on Titan. Extinct. Arcanim Scepter. Midas Arcanim Scepter. Brown boots, TP scroll. What
Yeah.
an enchantress.
I mean, who needs wards if you win team fights? It's like just as easy as it gets. You win the game by killing your enemies and getting this. It's like, who needs wards? I mean, let's face it. All right, don't do that, kids. Like, wards are good. And Jules now is finally able to just do his split push thing. So this is pretty much what he waited the whole game for, and for his Linken's pickup. Now he's just pressuring pretty much all lane, getting his farm up, and he will shoot back to pretty much. Oh, he is actually #1 net worth. So yeah, he will take it up. And he will be farming away just for the next, like, 10 minutes, pretty much.
That's how Jules plays. And Jules versus Miracle, who can out-carry? But he is going for his standard build, nothing ever changes with Jules. Going for a Yasha, then building into a Desolator. And I think Desolator will actually be a really nice pickup this game. I mean, I think normally Desolator is a really nice pickup. I think that it's kind of underrated, honestly. The pushing ability it gives you to take down towers. You can pretty much single-handedly take a tower down if you've got a Desolator up just from that debuff. But still, it is going to be really nice given that, like we're saying, the heroes on Titan are just tanky. They're designed to outlast teamfights, so Desolator with that negative armor will give them a huge buff. And actually, oh, KYXY, is he going to be in trouble? Jesse Vash? Looks like he's not going to go in. He's got the Blink Dagger up though, so I mean, he could kind of blink in, but I think he's playing a bit safe.
Yeah, good decision. I mean, it's just a level 1 Vendetta, so nothing. I mean, it's not the biggest of problem if you just waste the damage coming out. But it's okay. So, good thing is finally Mineski got this tier 1 mid tower just from the last game. Oh, and we see Alchemist initiation going in. But Outworld Devourer is fine. He's just going back, and he's well on his way to the Hex, and he just needs like 600 gold more, and then he's got it. And this is going to be a big turning point in the team fight, just because Joven will deal a considerable amount of damage, not only with his auto attacks, which are on 133 bonus damage right now, but also just with the Sanity Eclipse. So he will drop down the Enchantress like quite easily. But apart from that, I'm not sure.
And also, I think the Hex is going to be great just to lock Miracle down. I mean, they've got the Fiend's Grip coming out from Oa, but I think he's going to primarily be casting that onto Ohio, so Ohio can't do his DPS. So if they can Hex out the Viper, I'm not sure, and I'm assuming you wouldn't know either, but does Hex cancel Corrosive Skin? Because I know Hex does cancel evasion and all of those things, so I'm wondering if Hex is going to get rid of that added magic resistance that Miracle has, and I will be checking to make sure, if it does or not. But if it does, that would be amazing. But even if not, there's going to be another lockdown to just give them a couple more seconds to just drop down Miracle.
I think it does. I really think it does, but
Well,
I won't say
like
it does
should.
just because I'll get
Yeah.
destroyed by chat, and I don't want that. I really don't want that. So everything's fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. Just because
Yeah, I think it does
like
too.
with Void Time Walk, it works too.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it gets rid of everything, so it seems like it should get rid of that extra magic resistance. And so that'd be really nice, because Mineski are kind of based around, well, not based around, but a lot of magical damage, from the Starstorm, from the Arrow, from the Stun, from the Thunderburn, from the Bane with the Nightmare, from pretty much all of Jay. Jay is just magical damage. So yeah, I think it'd be really nice. And actually, Jay's actually got a mech, and he's going for stack embraces at this point. He just wants as much survivability as possible. I think getting up a Ghost Scepter would be a perfect item choice this game. Just to kind of cancel out all the damage coming out from the Bristleback, the Alchemist, the Viper, the Enchantress. The only one it won't help against is the Timbersaw, but I think it's going to be a really nice pickup for Jay against the other 4 heroes.
Yeah, absolutely. A Ghost Scepter in this game as a support is pretty much core. Question is if you can farm it up or when you can farm it up, just because of course he went the mech route, and it's good that he has this kind of early mech for support, but it kind of hurt them in the team fights earlier. So if someone like, I don't know, the OD went the mech, he would have it up quite early into the game and would have helped out tremendously in the team fights. But good thing is, of course, with going this route, you are strong in the mid game just because OD will have so much intelligence. I mean, he's on, what, 116 intelligence now? That's pretty insane. So his Sanity's Eclipse will deal so much damage, I can't even math this. Overflow in my head. I'm sorry.
Actually, while we're paused, how about we have a quick look at the gold graph, because this is a little bit, I wouldn't say surprising, but you look at the gold graph and Titan are leading by around about 5,000. experienced Titan are leading again by around about 2,500. But if you look at the cores, Jules and Joven are pulling ahead in the net worth charts. So, I mean, the big difference in this net worth is going to be between the supports because Jesse Vash in the offlane is on a measly 5.8k. Alchemist, the support for Titan, is on 6.2. So,
Yeah.
yet again, I mean, quite interesting that like these games that sometimes it seems to be the supports just don't get any farm on certain teams. Like it was First Departure versus Mineski that we watched where it was the same thing, but Mineski were the ones whose supports had a lot of farm and First Departure were the ones whose supports had nothing. So I mean it's going to become down to this kind of this factor in the team fights is can Jules and Joven want 2v5? That is pretty much what these team fights are going to be, because I think the supports from Mineski are going to drop down really, really quickly, whereas the supports on Titan, I mean, Enchantress is just going to be a big bomb just whacking out damage, and same with the Alchemist. I mean, one stun is enough to pretty much kill off Jay. So, I mean, I think these team fights are going to be quite interesting, because it's pretty much going to depend on Joven and Jules' positioning.
Yeah, the thing is about Titan, they don't have too much lockdown as soon as the Bane, channels his Fiend script. But they have so much stuff which can just run him down. So a Timbersaw just going ham on him, he will drop in like a matter of seconds. So it's not exactly the easiest thing in the world as a Bane to get this Fiend script off to a good duration, I'd say. Just because of course the Timbersaw will hate him in the team fights because he's just so squishy. He has 1000 HP and he has brown boots, so that's pretty much it. That's not so much. And if you need to do some brain stopping stuff, just because you would die otherwise, well, you're cancelling your Fiend script, and this is quite huge, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm also very curious how much Ice is gonna farm now, just because he has his gem picked up, and he will get a nice item, like, as next. And he's good to go already. I mean, he has a Shadow Blade and an Medallion of Courage, so this is great stuff coming out from him. And as you said, everyone is so farmed. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I do enjoy how the farm on Mineski is, on Titan is spread out a lot more. I mean, the difference between the net worth between, Viper and KYXY is only 2k, and the difference between KYXY and Ice is only 3k, so it's really, evenly spread out, and it means that every hero is going to be viable in the team fights. Whereas the difference between Jules and Oa is 11k, which is a big difference. So I guess really Mineski are going to have to rely on Jules to kind of win this team fight.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. But I mean, it's going to turn it, like, this is an even game at this point.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the golden experience graph, and like normally the golden experience graph will show, if someone has got a huge lead and they're about to win the game, but not this game. I mean, it's going to be very, very close, I would say.
Yeah, also just because the experience and the gold graph are actually working back to the middle. So Mineski is pulling this game around, so this is no problem at all. It's pretty much Jules making the difference here. He's just farming pretty much every lane all the time. And as you said, he's going his patented Mithril Hammer build into Desolator, into Manta style. And he has exactly the stuff up he needs. So as soon as he gets this Desolator up, he's good to go. Like, he will push towers, he will siege it, he will get racks, he will do his stuff, and he's just gonna be a very big nuisance to play against if he can get, like, the safer plays up. But he has a Slinking Sphere, he has the leap, it's all good.
It is all good, and Ice just stunned out Joven's illusion, so Mineski know that they have got a gang coming up from behind them, and
this is a smoke gang coming in. Extinct is gonna reveal it. Ours just gonna TP out. There's Joven coming in. Oh, and Ice, he can't really throw his stuff. He can't. No, he can't throw his stun. Now Extinct, he's in a lot of trouble. Timbersaw coming in again. And actually, Extinct is just. He's just healing himself up. Now Jay has to TP out. Something. Well, just one died.
Huge disengagement. Mineski played that perfectly. They all just TP'd out. They were just like, well, we killed one. Let's just go. And like you were saying, there's virtually no lockdown on Titan. The only stun they have is from the Alchemist. And Mineski just TP'd out.
Well, it's like
really
the counter to no stuns. You just have a TP. That's good. Yeah. And if they don't focus on one, well, they don't even have enough damage to take someone down. Even the Bane just TPing out. Like...
Oh, Miracle.
Oh... Yeah, arrow to the face to Miracle. Now KYX tries to help him somehow. Miracle is taking very much damage. Now he is also hexed up, and he's gonna go down. Owa is just using the Fiend's Grip on Ohio. He's facing everyone, so no damage reduction coming out from his ultimate. I mean from his passive. I'm sorry. And now KYX was on the run. Extinct is on the run. He will blink out, but he's eating an arrow. No!
KYXY.
Joven's getting stunned. KYXY getting stunned out as well. And everyone, so much damage. Finally, someone going down on the side of AMD Mineski next to the Nyx Assassin. It's gonna be the Outward Devourer just dropping. And now Ice is on the run. He has a Shadow Blade in 10 seconds, but he needs to get some time. Jay's eating an arrow to the, a stun to the face. Wow, this is manly from Ice, just using the medallion. And 3 seconds until the Shadow Blade. There's a ward deployed, and he's eating another stun. So he's gonna get dropped. The courier somehow just chilling out there. What did the courier do?
They were trying to get the gem, I think, off of it. Jules was spending a little bit of time fluffing around in the river with the courier.
Nice.
But yeah, that was a 2-for-4 trade. KYXY dropped off, Bristleback dropped off, Alchemist dropped off. The only one surviving from that was Extinct. And actually Extinct had a huge impact that team fight.
Yeah.
Joven just didn't focus him, Joven just ignored him, and Extinct just stood there and auto-attacked him to death. Just using the huge damage, pure damage that is coming out from the impetus. So I think at this point it's going to be worth Joven picking up a BKB, because I think he's got enough survivability to kind of outlast the damage coming out from the Bristleback, from the Timbersaw, from the Alchemist, from Viper even. But that BKB will give him what he needs to 5 Extinct. I mean, he might not want to go for a BKB, but Extinct really just ripped him apart that fight. So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard, because if they target Extinct, well then, you know, Miracle is going to be able to get alive. If they target Miracle, well, Extinct is going to be able to do damage. If they don't target down Ice, well, Ice has got the only stun, and that stun does a lot of damage. So I think all of Titan's heroes are kind of hot priority targets, so that
arrow.
BKB would at least remove one priority target. And are they going to defend this Roshan?
Ice is going in, but he doesn't have anything to cancel the Lincoln Sphere. So Jules should be fine. This is an easy... Oh, Jesse Vess. He's in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have his ultimate ready. He just used it to scout out the Roshan, and this is a gem on the ground. So this is a big win for Titan. They get the Roshan, and they do get the gem. Wow. In the meantime, Jules, yeah, he's doing a thing. Oh, and Enchantress picks up a Mask of Madness.
Oh my god.
Manly.
Extinct trolling. Well, I mean, Jules is doing a nice trade here, but he will have to watch out because there is a lot of rotations coming through. KYXY got a Blink Dagger up, that's pretty much it though. And Jules will be able to get this tower and just TP out.
Yeah, no stuns.
Yeah, nothing they can really do to stop that. They probably need to hex up very, very quickly onto KYXY, and honestly, this is the kind of game where I feel like maybe even Miracle's going to go for something like an Abyssal Blade. You know, we've seen Weavers pick up Abyssal Blades before in teams that are really lacking lockdown. So I mean, I guess Alchemist, if he can get the farm up, he could get one, but since he went for a Shadow Blade over a Midas, his farm is a little bit lacking, I suppose. His items haven't changed that much. He got that Shadow Blade up in around about 20 minutes, and since then, he's farmed up Tread, so... I don't know. This is the kind of game where I think a Midas would have been a really nice pickup for the support Alchemist. Because if the game's going to be dragging on this long, he could have extended his farm. We can see how Extinct is still staying really relevant. You know, just finding a new item with the Mask of Madness, and he's still going to be increasing his
top lane
gold.
Miracle, he's in a lot of trouble. Jesse Vess gonna initiate on him. There's the stun, there's the mana burn, but not too much damage coming out. Somehow there's... Oh wow, did he cancel the ultimate? Yes, he did. Wow, what a play. This is an arrow, this is Jay. Now, do they have another stun? They have another stun in 3 seconds, but Ohio is here. Oh, Jules misses the arrow, and this is gonna be a triggered Aegis, but nothing more.
I don't think he cancelled the stun. I think he got... he popped... Jesse Vash popped the Spike Carapace, which triggered the Corrosive Skin.
Ah,
So the
yeah,
Corrosive
you're
Skin
right.
triggered, and then Miracle got stunned because of the Corrosive Skin. If, you know, Miracle had been hit by his own ultimate, that would have been nice, but that is one nice thing about the Nyx Assassin versus the Viper, is that no matter what, he can stun that Viper. If he gets any kind of attack damage
Wow,
onto the
Jules.
proximate Corrosive Skin. Oh, Jules, what you doing, buddy?
And he's just gonna TP out. Oh, that was... Wow. Like
This
4
is
guys
nice
top.
now.
Yeah,
Well,
this
that's
is
the
great.
thing, you can dodge the sticky goo, so he just left away, dodged the sticky goo. Even if Woman Killer had still found him, well, he had to link its Sphere proc up.
Yeah, no problem at all. So, it was a really nice change just to like implement all these disjoin mechanics. I really like it. I mean, of course, Alchemist stun isn't disjointable, so that's great. But everything else pretty much cancelling the single target stuff. Oh wow, nice leap. So yeah, he's just farming away again. And now he has his Manta up to boot, just as you said, and net worth is actually incredible. He is on 600 GPM. Oh wow, I missed that, I'm sorry. Why you feed, Jesse Vash? I didn't expect that. Right. So Shiva's guard pick up now on the OD, and he should be building a BKB next, I would assume. He has so much intelligence, look at that. Plus 84 intelligence, so yeah, he's gonna hurt. So a BKB or Refresher Orb wouldn't be the best, wouldn't be the worst of ideas to pick up. And the BKB picked up on Miracle.
Well, big items coming out from both sides. Of course, like you were saying, on net worth, Jules is still just way ahead, and Alchemist is actually dropping out. Like I was saying, that Midas probably would have been a nice pickup for him, but I mean, regardless, OI is just nothing. Oa probably wants to find a little bit more farm, but this game is so hard to tell because everything. There's no way to say, you know, well, this carry's super fat, so they're going to win the game, because it's not about that at this point. It's going to be about the positioning. And speaking of positioning in mid lane, Joven in a lot of trouble. He will get slept though by Oa. Gives him the ability to rejoin that team fight. He's taking a bit of damage from the damage over time, but Ari going to be flying out from Jules, not landing onto anyone. Woman Killer just kind of dodging around a bit. Ice will be able to make it out okay. Could Extinct be in trouble? Jay wants some revenge. He's got a Ghost Scepter up. He ain't worried about that little boy, and he will not be able to get the stun off.
Yeah, massive Madness paying off. Yeah, she was so fast, like seriously.
Prancing across the map.
Good thing is they had this ward down here, so they can make a play with the Alchemist Shadow Blade. If anything, just farms in this camp. I mean, except Jules, of course, just because you can't get Jules at the moment. So, yeah, I have to agree, Lincoln Sphere, smart pickup. Wow, wouldn't have thought that. Gets the Bristle back. We'll see how it goes in teamfights, actually, although Jules wants to just farm away. And he just pick up another Mithril Hammer, so we'll be looking for a BKB quite soon.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think if you're going to be split pushing and not joining team fights like Jules is, that Lincoln Sphere does give you the viability to be able to split push with no worries, no concerns or anything really. You can just do it. But and now it looks like Mineski are ready to kind of group up behind Jules. Titan don't feel comfortable pushing the high ground because especially with this Desolator up on Jules, and it looks like BKB will be his next item choice. He's picked up another Mithril Hammer. Bit of interesting there. I'm not too sure what that's going to be built into, but I mean, Mineski at this point, if they get left alone, Jules can go for a Rax very, very easily. I mean, there's nothing really to worry about. And he will be scouting that Roshan out, but Roshan isn't going to be there for a little while. He's still nowhere near respawning, so Titan maybe want to go defend this. They could be finding Jay in the mid lane, or otherwise Jules as well as Jesse Vash are all just kind of lingering around the bot lane. 5 from Titan are coming in, and do they have a gem? Yes, they do have a gem on Timber Source, so... Nope, disengagement. Jules going to go farm top lane now.
Yeah, how dare you? Like, thinking of an engagement in this stage of the game. If Jules wants to farm, he will farm. That's it. Period. I mean, it's a nice Christmas present, you know, just a game of Dota, just farming away, and chilling out. It's great. Alright, so...
Jules plays Dota. Step 1, farm. Step 2, farm. Step 3, farm.
Step 4, repeat.
Win game or lose game, who cares?
Yeah.
Just farm more.
It's great. And this BKB is already finished. Wow. I mean, 600 GPM, it's pretty incredible. Miracle is holding up like with 480, but it's still not the same. You know, it's just not the same. If you have 600 GPM or nearly 500, you can feel the difference, and we already see it in the net worth. Just around 5,000 net worth in favor of the Mirana. And
yeah,
now,
I have to say...
Oops, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I mean, Viper's not a really good split pushing hero. Viper's a lot more of a team fight hero, and Titan have not been picking the team fights that they really wanted, whereas, I mean, at 40 minutes into a game, there's no... Well, there are heroes that split push better than a Mirana, but I mean, Mirana as well as Jay on this Celestrak, I mean, they can take this tower down incredibly quickly.
Look at the Rex. I mean, look at the damage on the tower.
Yeah, it's just insane, and I mean, this is the point where Titan have got to be saying to themselves, we went for a bit more of a, you know, kind of early to mid-game lineup, and we just didn't find... They just haven't really pushed the advantage they had. I mean, I knew they were worried about Jules, but the longer you let a Mirana farm up, the harder it's going to get to push. I mean, even though KYXY has got those bits of trouble, he still hasn't really found an opportunity to kind of push all the lanes out. And, I mean, at this point, they need hexes up on, you know, Ohio. I don't know if he's going for a hex, but I think a hex would be a nice item. And they need a hex up on KYXY, and given that Titan just haven't really pressed the advantage at all, they, I don't know, this game's going to get infinitely harder for them. They just don't have the ability to really deal with split pushing that well.
Yeah. Finally, Bane has something. He has a 4-star to boot, so that's nice already. Checking the items. Yeah, Ghost up to pick up on Jay as well as a point booster, so he's on his way to whatever he wants to go, maybe a Bloodstone. Oh, Jesse Vesh, what are you doing? Is he running headlong into some guys? Nope, he's not. He's just scouting stuff out, securing Securing Jules pretty much. Oh, oh, and he's spotting out Extinct, but they want Jules. Oh, nice, yeah, nicely done there. So he's like taking the aggro off of Jules, but there's a stun getting channeled, and will they have something? Nope, Jules just TPing out. So Red Dota coming out from Jules in perfection.
Yeah, well, what else would you expect from Jules? I mean, this is exactly, honestly, what Mineski need to be doing, is having Jules split pushing Jesse Vash, doing a bit of scouting. I mean, Mineski, what else can their other heroes do, really? Joven's kind of waiting for a team fight, but at this point, you know, he's just farming more. Honestly, I think that he could go for a Refresher Orb at this point. He's already got the Shiv, he's got the Hex, he's got the 4-star. What else does he want? I think a Refresher is just going to turn those team fights completely into their favor. But, actually, nice arrow there. That was an arrow, wasn't it, by Jules?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
But disengaged Dota coming out.
I mean, why does Mineski want to fight? At this point, I mean, Titan can't deal with the split pushing. Titan have to pick off Jules, because if they don't, well, Jules is just going to get a rack. So, I mean, their top lane is exposed, and they're kind of just waiting for Jules to push forward. But at the same time, bot lane's been pushed in, and mid lane's been pushed in, so it's hard. But it looks like they're going to be trying to go in again. Probably going to use that enchant to pop the Lincoln Sphere. Jules can be in a bit of trouble. Lincoln Sphere is going to get popped, but he does manage to blink and Manta away. Extinct is doing a huge amount of damage. The stun lasts forever. He does pop that BKB and manages to just run away. So I suppose one BKB charge down, but still.
Well, but that was great. I mean, it was only like 2 guys.
Yeah, that's
So,
done. That's
yeah.
done, bro. It would have been worth him popping that BKB, and he would never would have taken that much damage. He had time to pop it after he leapt away.
Yeah. Well, he tried just to... I mean, it was a bit risky, to be honest. He nearly died there. But still, there was like nothing else going on. Oh, and they're using Mirana ultimate. Did they spot... Yeah, they spotted them. Just this ward coming out. It was a nice ward. I think they spotted Jesse Vash going invisible. So everything's falling back. Everyone's falling back. Going back to farm. KYXY on his way to, I would say... Well... Yeah, I would say Scythe.
I think Hex is, he's going to have to get a Hex, and Hex is... No, High's gone for Shivers, and I think Shivers typically is a really nice item on a Bristleback, but I feel like they need lockdown.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a Hex would be... I mean, is essential, and Ohio getting more armor, getting more survivability is great, but, I mean, what is that Shivers going to do against, for example, Joven, who's got a, you know, pure damage, and a Hex? Like... He can just auto attack you to death. Plus his ultimate doesn't care about armor too. I feel like that Hex is going to give a lot more ability to kind of win the team fights. But whatever. Ohio's got the Shiva's card now, so it is a nice item. But Mineski and Titan are just kind of kiting around the issue. Both of them, maybe they're just wanting to get the next Roshan. I think maybe Jules will head up to the top lane and keep pushing and force Titan to watch the top lane while his other 4 teammates just get that Roshan. Jules doesn't need the Aegis. They could just leave the Aegis onto Joven.
Arrow. Whoa, Extinct nearly eating this one. And Extinct is on his way to a BKB. Wow, he is so farmed. Like, for position, nah, not giving anything right there. So he's gonna get his BKB up. He's on 12, soon to be 13k net worth, so quite nice stuff going on there. Arrow not gonna hit. So everyone's just disengaging again. Jesse Vash getting the farm up. Although he doesn't have pretty much as I would like him to have in this stage of the game. But, well, he got shut down pretty hard, and everyone's not, like, ganking or something, so he doesn't gank as well, and Nixus doesn't really need the ganks to get the farm up. But it's fine, he has his 4-stuff, he has his dagger, so everything's good. He's level 13, everything's fine.
Yeah, and this is just kind of typical Mineski play. And actually, it's pretty much typical C Dota play that recently what I've been seeing is a lot of teams will pick an early game aggressive lineup and they'll get a good advantage, and then they just won't finish. They will just kind of skirt around the issue and push here and push there and, you know, tease a little bit and maybe consider going high ground and hit the tower a couple of times or even get a tower down, God bless, and then back out again and just go back to farming. And I mean, both teams are looking at that Roshan. Both teams are saying, we want to get that Roshan, but of course at the same time, hey, we can just keep farming. We can just keep getting our items up, and, you know, it'll be one big clash where the 2 teams accidentally run into each other that's going to be, like, the turning point for the game. Like, for example, right now, Jesse Vash going for a bit of a run. If he gets initiated on, this could be the team fight that turns the game into one person's favour. And it looks like this might be the team fight. They're going for the Roshan pit. Woman Killer will be planning a ward, but they don't have a sentry ward, so they have no idea. But they see the courier out, so they know that there's something going on. That courier is just... That courier... But that courier, yo, but this Roshan is just going way too quickly. They hear the stun in the Roshan pit. Doesn't matter. Joven going to be picking up that Aegis stun. Not going to land onto the Extinct.
Wow,
An arrow
sneaky,
coming out. So they did get that Aegis. They did. Was there a cheese for that one? There was a cheese picked up onto Jules. So nice sneaky rotation by Mineski. Titan, I guess maybe they felt like they didn't have time to initiate in. They probably knew they were roasting because why was that courier standing there otherwise? It was the weirdest courier. Why was the courier standing there? Why didn't someone go kill it? Unless it was like the best bait ever. But still,
Yeah.
things looking good and Boots traveling up picked up onto Jules, so he's almost 6 slotted.
Yeah, exactly. Question of the day: What is better than 5 slots? Well, it's obviously 6 slots. So Jules having none of it. He's just selling his power treads, face boots. Sorry. Yeah, he went face boots, right? Yeah, always. And now he can split push even more. Yay! Awesome stuff coming out. And finally, Timbersaw picking up
Yay.
X. This is
Yeah,
this is
that is
huge.
good.
They needed that bad.
That could be a big item that turns a team fight around. It depends on who he gets the hex off onto, because if he can, get maybe Bristleback to cancel the Lincolns on Jules and they hex Jules before Jules can use that cheese. I mean, he's a very reasonably squishy hero. He's a fairly squishy hero, I'd say. I mean, 2.1k health, 17 armor. It's not bad, but when you consider the pure damage coming out from Extinct can maybe 5 or 6 hit him at this point into the game. So if they can get a kind of surprise hex off into Jules, that could be one dead little Mirana and Titan winning a team fight convincingly.
Yep, looking good, looking good. And Extinct now finishing up his BKB, so he has like 5 slots of his own. Of course, Mass of Madness and the Midas not exactly the best items in the game value-wise, but he will hurt, and he will hurt bad, and he won't get down in the team fight just because of his BKB and his heal. It's level 3, he has untouchable max as well, so he doesn't take pretty much any damage, except of course from the general AoE spam coming out. And it looks like Jesse Vash looking for a pickoff, but this is just an easy tower, they can't defend it. And everything's fine for now. Well, why is Jules not split pushing? I don't get it.
Because, man, he split pushes until he should be split pushing, and then he joins the team.
Ah, yeah, I get
Like,
it.
doesn't it make sense?
Alright,
Every
so
other
that's
point in
great.
the game he's farming.
I guess he's like, well, I have like 5 slots energies, so technically 6, I'd say. So, yeah, but I don't know. I would have expected him to just farm up 6 slots.
Yeah, well, there's no reason why Mineski should delay this game any further, honestly. This kind of reminds me of pub games when people are just like, wait, but I can farm now, so let's just farm until 40 minutes and they throw the game away. Well, anyway, this is a Lincoln Sphere popped onto Jules, so looks like he's just going to send the illusions up. Extinct just gets hit in the face with an arrow! BKB popped, Extinct is going to be going down. Ohio now in the middle of the team fight with his own BKB pop. Doesn't even matter. Joe BKB doing huge damage. He's going to get slowed down by Miracle. Miracle with his BKB pop. There's just gold and yellow things everywhere. Ohio, they're taking a lot of damage. He's stuck in a 1v4 situation. Stun from Jay will actually hit. Miracle will get slept down, but no, Jay on a dominating streak. Joven goes down. He is going to be respawning. Oh is dead. Jay going to get forced out of the base. Now Joven is auto-attacking down Miracle. There is a lovely little burst back in the middle of the team fight, but still the Rax is standing on full health. And now Miracle finally going down. Jesse Vash is on the run. Jules, where is Jules? He's just farming in the base. No, he's taking down Ohio, who's trying to take down Jay, but Jay will not make it out. He's going down. Ohio's going to be falling next, though, but buyout from Miracle. He wants to come back in this team fight. Looks like he will just be TPing into the middle of all of them. He's ready to fight. He's going to be going to Joven, but Joven immediately hexes him out.
GG.
And
Wow.
GG. Well, Miracle calling the GG there. First game going the way of Mineski, but this is a best of 5, so wow, that was a really farming-oriented game, but still a really nice game. That could have gone either way.
The
19
graphs
to
look
19.
really cool, by the way.
I wish I'd seen it. No.
Ah, now it's back.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
like,
viewers, this is it. Like, best camera guy EU. No problem at all. Alright.
If only I could see my own stream, I could watch the replay. But yeah, GG well played to both teams. Thank you, of course, to Steelseries for sponsoring this tournament. Shout out to datbet.net, esports betting. And we'll see you guys in the next game. It is a best of 5.
Oh, one more thing. I want to do a quick shout out to my mom. I think she's watching. So, hi, mom. Alright.
That's so cute.